Unmuting.
And we are what the French call live.
Hey!
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Episode number 170.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. The last ever show. You told me I'd only have to do it till 170, and then we'd knock it on the head.
Sorry, that was a lie.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not the last show then. Hooray.
Hey!
Welcome to the RDA Show, episode 170. We have an amazing show lined up today. We've been furiously planning all week, and I think the results are going to be quite spectacular. We're going to
Have we? I only started planning about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I bet. You're all full.
We've got Squonk news. We've got Squonk chat. We've got hot Squonk topic. We've got news from the vaping world. We've got Travava. We've got
Have we got olds?
What? You've got a couple of olds.
Oh, good.
In fact, we've got Blast from the Past, which is our new feature specifically looking at olds. We have also got Mod Showcase in spite of Rick's absence. Obviously, we're sorry to hear about Rick's plight. He's hoping to be back next week.
Are we allowed to talk about it?
We're not allowed to say anything about it because
There's an embargo.
I mean, because it was in a post office.
And children were present.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he got the full Ryan Giggs on the whole story. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was expecting it, but yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, you just can't take them down in there, and if anyone sees it, then yeah.
But he is going to definitely get them replaced. I heard that they're going to replace them. Everything's going to be good. He'll be back to normal next week.
Which, yeah, we're very confident. He's very confident that he'll be, fine next week. So that is all that. Let's dive in and see what we're all drinking and vaping. James, J-Dog, what are you drinking? What are you vaping this evening?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, John. Good evening,
Good evening, James.
Rich, and good evening, Brad, and good evening, all the homies. It's lovely to be here. Isn't it nice to be here? 170, man, isn't that good? Isn't that good?
Seems a lot, doesn't it?
I am.
Does seem a lot.
It does, doesn't it? I'm drinking this evening. I'm drinking something evil. Stella
Artois.
It's a beautiful drink.
The last time I drank that, Chat told me I had to rip my sleeves off.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
I should try to keep my clothing intact after a Stella Artois. They're all right, aren't they? They're all right. They're not magic. I had a couple the other day, and they're not good for getting up in the morning, are they? They're not good.
I tell you, I've never got like pissed on Stella. I know what it tastes like, but I've never. No.
The next day is shit.
You can imagine it's not pleasant.
If you are particularly worried about the next day, I found Hop House particularly good.
I think any kind of clean beer.
I guess it comes down to ingredients, doesn't it?
I think it
I know you're a fan. I'm a fan of the Hop House. I do like a Hop House. They're nice. But Stella, because they were just in the shop, and I was like, oh, I'll buy some Stella. That seems
it's better on draft.
Get rowdy. So if I speak out of turn, somebody please give us some sort of code word. And,
I don't think it's. I will say it's that thing where people go, "I can't drink Stella because I'm a cunt." You're like, no, you are a cunt.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair when people say that.
I don't. I always think they go, no, I can't drink. Last time I drank JD, I beat the fuck out of a guy down the taxi rank. That wasn't the JD. That's all you.
But but it's very self-aware, isn't it? Like I go to a bad place if I do this, so I don't.
But that's just because you're a shithead. It's got nothing to do with anything else.
But if they don't do it, if they don't drink that, and then they don't do
fine. What's the yeah? Or maybe they just feel like lumping someone and go, yeah, do you know what? I will have a Stella after 4 beers. I'm gonna fucking deck
People do that as well.
My wife burnt the rice again tonight. I'm drinking the Stella.
Okay, yes, let's move on.
Swiftly on,
quite quickly. So I'll tell you what I'm vaping. I've still got this on the go. I've filled this back up again. This is Sunbox E7 Classic with the White V2 on top and a whistle on top of there, and in there is Tobacco Crunch. I am also vaping on my delightful Lucas. I saw Mark Todd had his Lucas out this week. He's got a wooden Indian. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I've got a white plastic one. It's still also beautiful. Again, a Viper on top and a whistle on top of there, and in there is... it's it's called Beyond Nutzilla from Concentrate. I've got my Hellfire set up on the go, and in there is some custard cream from Spectrum Vaping. So that's a Viper X on top and a mini whistle on there, and that is vaping quite the thing.
Is that a new mod? Have I missed something?
Where?
Is that a new mod?
No. It's old. Just it's been kind of put to one side. I kind of go through ups and downs. It's always got Spectrum Vaping custard cream in it, and I kind of go through ups and downs with the custard cream. Sometimes I vape it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I think I might just sicken myself with it. But then you get back on it after a few weeks, and it is delightful. So that's it's full Hellfire. Everything's Hellfire from top to bottom, and I love it. And it's a cracking setup. And I also got something new today, but I haven't had a chance to set it up. But I will just kind of stick it on screen. I've got a Rose V3, which I've never had. I've had a Rose.
It's the one I haven't had.
Which was a little bit janky, but I've had a Rose V2, which I adored. I thought was an amazing vape. When I got my Rose V2, I thought it put a K-Fun light to shame at the time. I always had a little bit of trouble getting the wicking spot on with the K-Fun light. However, I found it much easier with the Rose V2. I haven't got it up and running just yet.
I will say it was one of the first tanks made for cotton, wasn't it? The V2.
As far as I'm aware, as far as I'm aware.
did put silica. Actually, saying that though, I did put silica in it, but it worked brilliantly with cotton because it was built for it. Kind of worked, you know.
Well, I mean, you could. There was a couple of different ways you could split the cotton, or you could. I mean, there was a couple of different ways you could do it. Mm-hmm. But I loved it. I really loved it. I remember I came across a post from about 4 or 5 years ago saying, it was on Eden Mods. Saying, I used to think I was a K-Fun man, then I thought I was a Typhoon man, but I'm not any of them. I'm a Rose man, or something equally cheesy like that. I absolutely loved it at the time. So I got that off Dibbers this week. Gary Dibley, I've been through this week. Lovely man. And on top, I've got I say it's not up and running yet, but what it is, I'm going to be rocking it with a Dibley drip tip. Look at that.
Lovely.
These big old vase drip tips.
I was never sold on them.
No,
I was. They just remind me. They remind me of the Bonner.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what got me into it.
They remind me of daisies. Like you stick a daisy in there, and you're good to go.
because they're called vase, under the vase style drip tips. I love them. I love them. The dead comfy. They are big. The one, but we seem to be they seem to be a bit out of fashion. Big drip tips. So
they'll come back. Everything comes back.
Let's bring them back. Bring back the big drip tips. Get Gary back on the lathe and let's bring big drip tips back. So that's the V3. I'll have that running sometime this week. I'll post some pictures up on the group. I'm looking forward to it. But the flavour is going to be immense. I've got no doubt. And that's me. That's what I'm vaping on. That's what I'm drinking on. Bradley.
Hello, darling.
How you doing?
I am fucking marvellous.
Good. You need to turn your screen brightness down. There's no need for that stem sunglasses.
Is it too extreme with this?
It's not. But I can't see myself in your eyes.
Yeah, that's the point.
Hello, me. Not how. What are you drinking and what are you vaping this evening, Bradley?
Well, there's a wee little story to what I'm drinking.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, I've turned the screen brightness down, so I don't have to wear sunnies. Today, I have been in the UK for 3 years. So we're celebrating, and I've started with a Saison DuPont. And then I'm moving on to an Orville. And then
that's a bird, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a type of fish.
Right.
Yeah. And then I'm moving on to Trappist Rochefort 10.
You come, is a scratch card come good or what?
No, this is me spoiling myself.
Right.
Yeah. So that by the end of the show, I might not be saying much, and if I am, it might not be discernible as English.
Yeah,
He's
strong stuff.
me worrying about drinking a Stella, and now you're on that crazy beer. What strength is that DuPont?
No, DuPont's not bad. DuPont's 6.5.
The Trappist will be about 8, will it?
Orville is 6.5, and Rochefort is 11.3.
Nice.
So I'm finishing off with the one that will finish me off.
I don't know. I don't know whether you get that one in early or not, because it's even funnier. Because somebody sent me a 13% American beer once. I read it for some reason. It just said high strength, and I thought, that'd be 8. I didn't even check what it was, and then just had one sip and thought, shit, that's fizzy gin. I'm
a beer head. I'm into Trappist beers and heavier beers. If they're brewed right and balanced right, even at that level, you don't taste the alcohol. There's a couple 18 to 22% alcohol stouts that Brewdog makes, actually, that are fabulous. You drink it and you can't taste the alcohol.
One of them's the Bismarck, isn't it?
No, I think the Bismarck is ale, and it's 50.
Oh, is it? Okay.
54.
I've never been to a Brewdog pub. So
have you tried the Special Brew? Have you tried that? Oh, it's fantastic.
He hasn't. He's had the French one, Denon Super, which is
cool.
Yeah, so that's my drink, and I'm vaping on the Phobic with the Narca, and in here, surprise, surprise, there's Cactus Jackie from that man over there. I think he's over there. Is he over there tonight?
No. I am
no,
on my screen.
There? He's above you.
Over there. That man over there. And I am also vaping on my VG mod with the fluid. And surprise, surprise, there's cactus in that one as well.
Fucking good, man.
And just in case the battery dies on all of those, I still have this, and there's cactus in it too. I'm a fucking cactus all out.
Nothing like variety.
Nothing like variety, 100%. Johnny boy.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. That was my childhood nickname, actually.
Johnny boy.
Johnny boy, yeah.
Oh, well, that's it now. I'm never going to let it go. I'm going to hold on to that one.
Actually, I thought that was my arcade thing. You know, if you signed the high scores, you needed 3. Mine was JEB, John E. Boy.
Jeb.
Jeb.
You might have put a vaguely rude thing out you, like BUT.
No, we used to. Well, there was like certain
AFS.
games which were quite big when I was a kid, and Time Crisis, probably one of them. GTI Racer, Daytona, they were big. I'm from this. I live in this seaside. Sorry. Anyway, you went to ask the generic question.
Yeah, exactly. What are you vaping and what are you drinking?
Excellent. I'm going to finish the drink I've got and then I'll pour another one. I'm all right. Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know. I didn't watch last week's show. I'm sure it was brilliant. But yeah, I was at a funeral last week, so I couldn't. So I wasn't here. I sadly had to say goodbye to an old friend of mine. Michael last week. So I thought, and I started drinking at 2 in the afternoon. Got to the wake, they didn't have any beer, but that was fixed immediately by the group of arseholes stood outside. And I was drinking lager that young James would approve of. I was drinking Carlsberg all afternoon.
Probably the best lager in the world.
Yeah. Oh, so many. The only thing there was so many people, so many of my old friends. I thought everybody I knew stopped smoking. Everybody was fucking smoking outside. Yeah, but after that week, after that, the week improved greatly.
Why didn't you watch the show?
Riyadh saying, I've just been busy. I'll watch it. I've got it saved, mate. Probably watch it tomorrow. I'm not wearing a Magnum ice cream t-shirt, by the way, Riyadh. It's cooler than that. It's a McAllister Home Security Systems t-shirt. It's a clever overload. What am I drinking? I'm changing what I'm drinking. I am drinking. Next up is an Adnams Ease Up IPA, which I don't know if you can get everywhere because I live in Suffolk, so you can get Ease Up. Ease Up's probably their best IPA. I think it's probably better than Ghost Ship, but you can't get it everywhere. Ease Up. Yeah, I like that, and I also like the bottle. I think that's really funky, sort of.
I shall have to check it out.
They do it on the pump roundabout here. I'll have a sip of that to keep going. That was a lot ahead.
That's a mighty dog.
I have got lemon crack. Lemon crack 45 milligram in the billet box with a couple of lovely custom doors for
John, your internet's
Bradley,
burning.
not that one. That's very good. Oh, is it really bad?
It's a bit in and out.
I'm doing okay.
Keep going then.
So there's lemon crack 45 milligram in there. I feel like I've been told off. And there's a baked shell inside the billet box. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
And bandwidth issues. My internet's not shit. I've got 35 meg. It's been a bell end.
Yeah, it's weird.
What's in there? Crack current in there. I'll reload. I've got, if you can hear me, I've got crack current in the thing.
Dwarf,
in the one that you always forget.
He says he's got crack current.
Richard.
Crack current in the dwarf, he says.
I'll take it from here, gents.
Thank you.
That's yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things when the old internet goes funny. Hello to everyone in chat. Derry's in there. Mark Selby's in there. Ali, Paul. Everyone's in there. John, Matt, Iconic Sheep is in there. Rob, Matt. Everyone's in there. Joseph, the lot. Hello to everyone in chat. Keep chatting throughout. What I am drinking, I'm still on the old Feels beers.
Oh yes.
Nostalgic memories more than goodness. Hello. Yeah, looking great, John. We're just.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes. We're just looking at my beautiful Mythos beer.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
you get it when you go to Greece, don't you? It's one of the staple.
I've never been to.
And it's again just reminds me of being on holiday, so I thought I'd get a couple of bottles.
And
it sounds so Greek. It sounds so Greek. Yep.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's good.
Is it awful? Does it taste like
Actually,
the smell of burning tires?
I find all the Greek beers quite refreshing and light.
Oh. I don't know. I've had Turkish beer. Is it Efes?
Oh,
That
no.
is piss. I don't know why anyone drinks that.
No,
So
I think
what
it's
you're saying is it
horrible.
doesn't taste like financial depression and tax evasion.
no. I don't know if they even. I don't even know if it's a thing. But I think the warmer climates. I think the warmer climates make them want more refreshing drinks, and so it's brewed for that.
I think it tastes like avoiding Angela Merkel. That's what I think it tastes like.
Yeah.
It could. It potentially tastes like recession leading to depression, but I like it.
It tastes like sun-kissed beaches and feta cheese. Come on, it's
Hey.
right.
It tastes like 80% of their populace being public sector workers, and it tastes like retiring at 50 with no financial forecast. Also vaping on this. This is the Blocks Pumper Squonker from UWell. 15 mil capacity in here.
They're getting bigger and bigger, aren't they?
I mean, it's not massive.
None of the capacities though.
Oh yeah, it's just a big square plastic ball in there because they're pumping it. It doesn't have to squeeze. It doesn't need a. Yeah, so it's a pumper, cheeky pumper from them. In there, I have from justadnick.co.uk. I have elderflower and apple, the last of that, and it goes down quick when you put in 15 million a go.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I almost didn't want to fill it up because I'm a bit weird.
Yes.
Also got Regency Alma trying this out, giving this a try.
Which one? Which one's that?
That's the cinnamon one, the cinnamon and apple, like apple pie and cinnamony type one.
Strudel.
Yes, strudel is probably the correct one. Yeah, it tastes really nice, really really good. But early doors. Mark only sent them over the other day. That's on the Dreamer, still around. Something about this mech thing keeps coming back. And then on the Preco 1 kit, I have Jeffrey's Vintage Bakes Sticky Toffee Pudding.
Oh yeah.
And it is very.
Yes, you did it after whining like a little bitch. They sent me to.
Yeah, but under duress, I was like, I don't want it. Get on my face. And they were like, you're having it. And I was like, fine.
Take it. And they were like, look over there. And they just chucked it on the floor and ran off.
Yeah. And this is, if ever there was a flavour that I had to, the sticky toffee pudding, I mean, that is, I've had some fantastic ones. And I really, really like that sort of flavour area. And the dessert thing, I like dessert juices. This tastes just like the actual brown bit. You know, the actual the flavoury bit. You know, the really treacly bit. The outer.
I don't think I know what a sticky toffee. I know it sounds really stupid, but I don't think I even know. Right? Is that the same as a golden syrup pudding? Like a syrup
similarities.
Golden syrup, or is that? I don't think I've ever had a sticky toffee pudding. I probably wouldn't like it.
You wouldn't like it, John. You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it. You don't like most things. You wouldn't like that.
Nah, it's fine. I don't. Yeah, it's true.
It's very, very flavoursome. Very flavoursome indeed, and tastes just like very specifically that bit of it. You know what I mean, James, don't you?
I do. It's sweet, sticky, and toffee-y.
No, it doesn't taste really spongy.
It's not cakey. It's the sweet outer. It's It's a good bit. The best bit.
The bit that kind of mixes in with the custard a bit sometimes, and then I'm having that bit.
It's the good. Yep, it's the good bit. It's the good bit. It is. It's very sweet. It's very sweet. I couldn't do it all day, but it's delicious.
Yep, and that is what I'm vaping. And that, even though we only covered drinking and vaping, that took 24 minutes.
I know. Yeah, I think it's.
I've
had a week off.
Let's dive into the news. John is wanted to talk about Thailand.
I am. It's really quite. This is quite a good story, and it was not worth screen sharing because the site's just a piece of shit. No, that's the fucking wrong thing. Why the fuck did I do that? I copied and pasted the wrong link. Just give me... Right, so there is a story about Thai vaping in the news, and it is about a French lady who was arrested in Thailand for vaping, which is... Oh, I think we're there.
This is why you should have watched the show last week.
No, it's not that. I put the wrong fucking... somebody asked me for a link for something, and I copied and pasted it. I was obviously doing that at the same time as writing my notes, and I fucking pasted the wrong fucking link in.
No, the French woman being arrested was my news from last week. That's why you should have watched.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I always told you. I've said that to you before.
You have. Yes, I've finally trumped you to me.
I think as a forfeit you have to read no. Whatever link you accidentally put in, you have to just read from that.
No, it doesn't matter, because I don't think you do know what it was. I think it might be different.
News, more news.
It's an update.
So the news, I think it could be, hopefully. So the news was, I assume, that she was arrested for vaping in Thailand. Arrested
and deported.
Right. Was that the news?
Yeah.
No, all changed. Right.
Sweet. So we get an update.
You're getting an update, so it's better. Because I was going to say, I only checked for stuff that was existed in the last 7 days, so it couldn't happen. So this is the thing. Thai authorities had demanded a 40,000 baht bribe from a French woman to free her after she was arrested for possessing an e-cigarette. She didn't pay. She was deported. E-cigarette users are calling on the Thai government to quickly come up with an appropriate solution to regulate e-cigarettes and clarify the current laws in order to protect the country's image among foreign tourists. The network says it also plans, this is the Vapers network, plans to submit suggestions to the Prime Minister. I'm not going to try and attempt to say the name. They say the current laws are confusing and not well understood by travellers heading to the kingdom for holidays. So what she did when she got home was actually expose the Thai judicial system for what it is, which is utter shit. Basically what they did was they put her in a cell and said, we're going to charge you, and she said, right, well, knock yourself out. And they said, but we don't have to, not if you pay 40,000 baht. But she said, fuck you. And they said, no, if you pay it, you can go. She didn't pay it, so they charged her and deported her. And what she's rightly done when she got back to Paris was tell the world that it's corrupt as fuck. It's not illegal to vape in Thailand. You're going to get a policeman is going to arrest you and then steal money from you and then release you. That's what's going to happen. And one of our, I don't want to go because we're currently on a public network, so to speak. But one of the members of our group was in Thailand last year, the year before, and was arrested and was asked and had to pay a fine to carry on with the rest of his holiday. A fine, basically bribe a policeman to carry on with his holiday.
How much we talking?
In third world countries, they refer to bribes as
40,000 baht, 250 baht to the pound. It used to be. I don't know what it is. I double check it.
That's insane maths.
What?
I can't do that maths.
No, it's fine. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to find it first. What was I going to say? Yeah, but I think it's quite interesting to, rather than take it on the nose and go home with your head, with your tail between your legs, to actually
959 pounds.
Yeah, it's about a grand, isn't it?
A grand. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, so 959 pounds to not be arrested. That's quite. Well, the thing is in Southeast Asia is that the policeman arresting you would make that in 3 months.
It wouldn't make that in a year.
I would. Nah, not 1,000. You'd do that. You'd probably make about 3 grand. But normally pissed as well. But it's quite good to show the corruption rather than take it on the nose. I thought it was quite interesting and expose it for what it is. And they've been, and now the government have got to do something. It might be positive. It might make it worse. Who knows? But anyway, that's it. Rich.
Have they got to do something? Have they got to do something? Why have they got to do something?
That's what I'm saying. Well, they do. It's quite a Thai thing to be. They won't like that.
But this is not the first story of like this that's been.
It's the first story where they've actually. It's not the first story of someone being arrested. It's the first story when the arrested person has exposed the system quite as graphically as.
I thought it was reasonably well known that this.
Would you care to know the annual salary of a police officer in Thailand?
Go for it. Go for it. Are you gonna win?
I'm going to make you all guess.
Okay, I'm going to guess. I reckon it's 120,000.
Okay, cool.
Hang on,
James?
I'm going to do mine in English money.
Go for
Yeah, it works better in English. What was it? Fourth.
959 was the fine. 40,000.
How much was How much was the fine?
40,000 baht.
So I'm going to say 20,000. That's a year.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say a bag of sand.
It's close. It's 72,000 baht a year. So it's 1,700 sterling.
1,700. Okay, so we're between me and you then.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Yeah,
Somewhere.
Okay. With corrupt fines, probably £3,000.
Yeah, probably £3,000 a month.
Riyadh says in chat, 250 bahts to the pound makes 40,000 to 160 pounds.
Yeah, but it's
I
not
know
200.
that. I didn't say that. I said it used to be 250 to the pound. I didn't say it is now. We just checked it on. I used that a lot.
Fair play. Fair play.
Yeah, if you're ever in Thailand and you see a policeman drinking out of a Red Bull bottle, a little brown bottle, says Red Bull, it's not. It's rice whiskey, and it was about 50p. And he's going to be pissed for the entire day. That's how that works.
Hey, fair play.
Rich.
Hello.
Dean Feeney.
Yes, we have a Facebook group that this show is focused around.
What? Oh.
I know. There's a link in the description if you're not already in there. It's
hella
great place. We put in there every week anything that anyone wants us to discuss. Very thin on the ground this week. A lot of nonsense in there. Dean Feeney, though, and I think this is a fair comment, as a show that focuses on drinking and vaping, he asks, let me quote him verbatim, he says, Dean Feeney says, craft beer, is it all that?
My selection from tonight should answer your fucking question.
Okay, let's start. James.
Yes.
Craft beer, is it all that?
Is it bollocks? Is it bollocks? You know what it is? It's the same. It's the same old man drinking beer that old men have drunk for many, many years, packaged in fancy hipster cans, and that's the top and bottom of it. That's the top. You know what? It all tastes the same. They all put grapefruit in them. I don't know why they insist on putting.
No. There's no grapefruit in it.
Grapefruit. It's from the hops.
Yeah, no, there's no actual grapefruit in it. Yeah,
how have you would you say, James, you've given it a fair shake?
I have tried a couple of dozen.
Yeah.
I don't know what do you reckon. I've paid.
That's not bad. I will say
to be way over the knocker for beer. I think it's
that's fair. I think that's fair. That's fair.
I prefer fizzy piss. I'm not
from the other side of the coin, John.
Hey.
All that.
But like everything, it is if you give a shit. I totally understand. We kind of have a joke like that. Me and James have spoken about this before. I'm always kidding when I take the piss out of James drinking beer. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what anybody does with anything at all. And James, I'm certain, feels the same. I think the beer revolution in the UK has been fucking amazing. Watching small breweries do fantastically well. I think there is a difference. I mean, the idea that it's old man's beer is ludicrous. They drink mild.
It's ludicrous, he says.
They do. It's 3% bitter they leave on the radiator for half an hour so it can warm up. It's not the same thing. Whereas I think we're getting microbreweries, IPAs, and moving away from big brand generic beer.
Right.
And I like it.
Can I go next?
Go next.
If you must, I'll go last.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right. I actually, I've got a foot in both camps because I actually think there's a time and a place.
All time and every place.
I feel like, especially with you, like Brad's got tonight with your porters and your stouts and things like that. I'm very specifically drinking those to enjoy them specifically.
Yes.
Like, so that might be a Sunday evening thing where I know I'm only going to have two, and I'm going to really enjoy them for what they are. Do you know what I mean? And
I do, but that's fine. I think you can be in both. But
I also feel like if I'm just having a few beers with my mates, then I'll have some lager.
I just fucking hate it now. It's just
I think it boils down to this, because my analogy was going to be sometimes you just want a coffee, and an instant coffee's fine. Sometimes you really want a nice coffee, and exactly, you're shaking your head because I bet you never have instant coffee.
No,
do you?
I wouldn't drink
it's
it.
the same. I guess you're in the same coffee camp as you are in beer camp, I think.
I only drink black coffee. If you put milk in it, you're off your fucking skull. Anybody puts syrup in it's a dickhead. And I never drink instant coffee. If somebody, the only time I ever drink it, I drink instant coffee once a year, and it's Boxing Day at my mum's. Because she'll say, because that's all she'll have. And to me, instant coffee tastes like if you've ever got up in the morning, had a coffee, and then had to like travel for about an hour, and you haven't had a drink after the coffee. About an hour afterwards, the inside of your mouth tastes like instant coffee. That's about the level instant coffee is.
Go on, Brad.
It's the spit from normal.
I'm going to answer this question by continuing the question you asked James in the middle of it, as if he has given it a fair shake. And your answer was 12, James.
No, 24.
24.
A couple of dozen.
24. All right, fair.
Ish. But you got to remember, I cut my teeth on beers, on pale ales. I worked in a social club for years. I drank that kind of thing.
Is anyone a fan or a user of Untapped?
Richard's a member.
Yeah, I'm on it.
I've got 392 unique beer check-ins. So in the last 3 years since I've been using it, I've had 392 different beers. I don't see a purpose of drinking anything else. That being said, I have drank them on the show, the shite beers, but that's because if that's all that's in the fridge, that's going to be consumed. But
it's like, if it's all that's on the pump, I'll have it.
If I can drink a beer which gives me a mouthgasm at the same time, I'm not going to fucking turn it down, am I?
But don't you think it's... regardless of whether you like it or not, I think this is a fine thing to say. I think the selection of beers in supermarkets and mini marts or whatever in the UK has grown exponentially in the last 3 years. And in whatever beers you're into, choice is always a good thing. And I think it's fantastic.
I agree 100%. I fucking come from Africa where that shit is not in the supermarkets. We have to track from my house in Joburg. I have to drive about 90 kilometers to a specialized beer store to buy good beer.
Now,
are you happy to pay double?
I'm not paying double. I'm paying a good price for a good beer.
But the question is it all that? So
yeah, because I'd rather drink.
Are you happy to pay double for craft over just a 4-pack of?
100%. Because I'd rather drink 3 good beers. I'd rather drink 1 fucking amazing beer than drink a dozen shite lagers.
I know, but I just like getting hammered.
I've found enough. I hate being drunk.
Exactly.
I like the process of getting there, but I don't like actually being there.
Okay, cool. I think we've given that a fair.
I think where's the chat? I think the chat's about halfway.
Happy now, Feeney? Are you happy?
What you fucking did.
You split us down the middle. We're fucking fighting now. Damn.
That's definitely put that to bed. James, you were going to tell us about the armour.
That was a lead up to the armour. Yeah. So we're here.
Yes. Let's talk. We have some pictures. We have some. This is the it's the most exciting thing that's happened this week in vaping, easily, I think. This is the new armour from Armour Mods. This is the Armour S RDA. We've got some pics there.
Yeah, they're going up as we speak. I think some of them are unlabeled. Is that right?
A few of them are. Yes. Cool. Beautiful. Okay, so this is the Armour S from Armour Mods. This is kind of their third version of the Armour. It's a little bit of a cross between the Armour 1. I don't know whether any of you have tried the Armour 1 or the Armour 2.0. The Armour 1 I was on the list for the first list for the Armour 1.0, and I absolutely loved it. I think it's a brilliant in dual. And I'm not really much of a dual coiler, but I did dual it up because it was great. But I preferred it in single coil. Came with a single coil reducer, all that sort of malarkey. It was a smashing RDA. The Armour 2.0 maybe it's a little bit of the difficult second album sort of thing. This is the third one. This is the Armour S, and I'm gonna give you some specs and show you some pics, and I think it's pretty exciting. I think it looks great. Okay, so I'll go through the specs first of all. So it's quite a short RDA. We've got with the drip tip, the height is 24.7 millimeters. Which is a little bit shorter than the Armour 2.0. Without the drip tip, though, it's only 17 millimeters. The width is it's a 22 millimeter RDA. It's 22 at the bottom, but it's only 20 at the top, so it's a little bit smaller at the top. The internal deck width is 17.4. I've got loads of specs here for you, which is a tiny bit bigger than the 2.0. Let's have a look. I'll tell you about the drip tip. The drip tip is it's been redesigned from the 1 and the 2. This is a slightly graduated drip tip. Got with the inner ball being 7 millimeters at the top and 6 millimeters at the bottom. That's to kind of prevent condensation going into your mouth. Kind of it's a little bit techy. The air holes for the airflow are 2.5 millimeters tall and 6 millimeters wide, but they are adjustable.
Do we know? Sorry, just to jump in on the drip tip, James. What size is the drip? Because it's not a 510, is it?
No. It's the Armour sized drip tip.
Oh, okay.
However, if you've got an Armour 1, then you had a drip tip adapter on there. You could use a regular 510.
Okay, it's just I don't do big drip tips, so yeah, that's fine.
So if you've got one of them adapters from the earlier models, then that'll still work, and you're going to be able to regular 510 drip tip in there.
You were flowing, and I fucked you up.
Sorry. You did. Okay. So I was talking about the air hole. So it's kind of a Cyclops style airflow hole, which is fully adjustable, and it is 2.5 millimeters tall with 6 millimeters wide, which is pretty much it's comparable to the 2.0. The change in the height reduced the inhale sounds to prevent whistle sounds. You know, when you get a whistle, smoother airflow, cooler vape for higher wattages as well. The cap and the EFC has been redesigned into 2 pieces instead of 3. Now, have we got pictures of the cap there, Rich?
Yep.
Lovely. Can we pop them on screen?
Oh, are they not?
I've got no idea. I can't see.
Well, yeah, the picture of the cap is on screen.
Lovely. So is this the one that's looking into the bottom?
Yep.
Lovely. So on this one, you can see
all the pictures are on screen right now. I've gone insane.
So this is, and I think it's dead clever. You've got a 2-piece design, and in that 2-piece design, top slots into the bottom, and that is going to be that's fully adjustable. But it also kind of locks in, meaning you can kind of pull that, and it'll pull the entire top cap off. And also, if you turn it one way, it opens up both air holes. If you turn it the other way, that's kind of for your single coil. Which I think is a brilliant little feature.
It's a Marmite thing, isn't it? There's people in chat saying, "Oh, do you know what? I like it. I think it's different." Look wise,
I suppose it is. Now, when I first saw it, I thought it looked dead cool. I really love the styling on it.
Just,
I think
just look. I don't want to be that guy, but just looking at the deck, is it me or is there a lot of wasted space with that thing in there? The
deck itself is really similar to the 1.0 and the 2.0. It's really, really similar. And yet, but those decks, they work great. It's not necessarily. I mean, you got to remember the deck is where you're attaching the coils in there. The top cap goes over all of that, and that's what's really giving you your flavour and directing the airflow. The deck, because if you look at the design, we've got a picture of the kind of the schematics there. Yep. The deck it's fairly flat. I mean, there is, which is a little bit different.
But you've taken up half of the deck with the thing.
With what thing?
There's one of the pictures.
The central post system.
Single coil reducer. You can run it in dual coil.
Oh, so that's only if you want to do it single coil. Oh, I take it back.
Absolutely. So that's when you're seeing the deck wide open there. That's for 2 coils, one on either side. If you run it in single coil, you get a single coil reducer. There should be a pic there as well of all of the bits and bobs that you get with it, Rich.
There is.
Lovely.
Here we go, and here is that picture.
So you can see you're getting loads of goodies in the pack. Absolutely loads of goodies in the pack.
It's a great looking reducer, isn't it? But like Richard, you think it looks like part of it when you look at it.
It's the biggest picture in the world. There we go. On screen now.
It's sort of beautiful. So you can see in there what we're getting all of the bits and bobs. You get the single color reducer. You're getting the that matching beauty rig.
That picture's fucking enormous.
Which I can't see the pictures. We really need a better.
I'm doing it on my phone. I have to do it. Like, just look at them straight up.
Yep.
Right. Okay. I've got it on screen. I've got it on screen. Lovely. Yeah. So what you can see is that you've got all of the bits and bobs. You've got the single coil reducer. You're getting the actual beauty ring for the outside, which matches that top cap. I'll also mention this. The packaging that it comes in that acts as a bit of as a stand for it as well, which is dead cool. So let us continue. So the deck is now without the air hole, and so the deck is now without the air hole control lock-on mechanism like in the 2.0. Back to basics like the 1. More simple. Single coil users don't need to worry about building on the wrong side because you can put it to either side and you can swap that single coil reducer over there, which is also as cool. There's a notch in the EFC ring. I've already mentioned that. So once you put it in the chamber, you turn it clockwise. That's for single coil, or anti-clockwise, and that's for dual coil. So it's taking kind of some of the features from the 2.0, some of the features from the 1.0, and kind of combine them to make like this super armor sort of thing, in my opinion. I will also say this: the top cap is titanium. The rest of the actual the deck is SS 316 stainless steel. The screws, the insulator's a peak. The drip tip is a black Delrin, and I really quite like it. There's only going to be 1,000 of them made. I mean,
I think. Have we got an RRP, James?
And the RRP, yes. So there's going to be 1,000 of them made. There's going to be 1,000 of them actually put out there. There's probably going to be more than 1,000 because of quality control and that sort of thing. The ones that don't make the grade, they go the journey. The price is 565 Malaysian ringgit, which is about 105 quid, 105.50, which is about $138. And you're getting all of that for that money.
I think the looks of the outer will be subjective. They'll be very mixed.
But definitely, I can see it.
But you can tell, looking at the deck, it's going to vape great. You know when you can just tell? It's just the right size, it's just the right airflow.
It's fucking well built as well. I can see there are people, and I totally get it. There was quite a good joke. Dino said, I see they've been getting their ideas from Hose Lock. I thought that was quite funny. But
I dig it. I love that idea.
I do. But fuck it. Think outside the box. Why not? I haven't got a problem with that. So why not?
Totally cool. And the styling might not be everybody's cup of tea, but there's so many atties out there. Look, like Narders and that sort of thing. They're all very similar. I think it just stand out a little bit. I love the finish on it. I love the fact that the top cap is titanium. I think that's brilliant, especially for that price point.
Yeah, 105. Yeah.
Covered high-end materials that you.
People have asked and Riyad's answered. By the way, that's 20,000 Thai baht.
Just in case any Thai coppers are watching and they want to buy one.
I want to get one.
Thai coppers, you need to find yourself some vape. Pull it to one side.
That's where they're asking for 40 grand for every bra, because they're trying to buy everyone in their unit like an armor mech.
That's the Armor S, which the S kind of stands for simplicity or superior or something like that, depending on which way you look at it.
I like it.
I think it takes all the best bits of the V1, which was the 1.0, which was an absolutely brilliant Atty, great looking Atty, well made Atty, and kind of took the good bits from the 2.0 and made it into
I like
armor. The S could stand for super, in my opinion. I love it. I think it looks great. I'm really
super army soldiers, probably. Brad, I think we're and some Maoris.
Ah, yes. I found some weird fucking vaping news for a change. Got to love the New Zealanders for taking it to another fucking level. So I was going to go on about a story about a newspaper article from a couple of weeks back, which made its way into the New Zealand version of Parliament, which is just a bunch of people shouting at a tree. But the local vaping community has made the story far more interesting. In the original, they were complaining. The Maori Health Organization hits back at criticism of vaping, is the title. But the gist of it is the government was seeking advice, basically put together an expert panel of vapers and was seeking advice from them. And the article, which very clearly was funded by Big Tobacco, was trying to throw shade at them, claiming that they're using false claims and deceptive practices because the members of the panel have vested interests in promoting vaping. Obviously, not the type of story we want to see in the industry. But what this group of Maoris have sort of gone ahead and done is they're suing the newspaper. They're suing the MP who brought it up and promoted the newspaper and spoke with them. I'll read a little segment of it here. Do you know who has a vested interest in vaping? Anyone who is sick of losing 5,000 Wahanu members a year to tobacco. Anyone who acknowledges the growing body of research showing vaping is helping many to break free of their tobacco addiction. Anyone who cares about our people, we all care, including those members on this ministry panel. My question is, does this author? And I thought it's a completely different angle to what we're used to seeing, because this is the vaping community actively fighting back. We do a lot of talking and a lot of we're just going to let it organically fight its own way, and we're going to wait and rely on the science to prove what it can and what it does and what it doesn't. And they've just like, no, fuck that, fuck you. You're spreading lies through stories funded by Big Tobacco. We're suing you.
I will say, I think New Zealand has always been like, I don't know about everybody else, but in my head it's sort of with Australia. But the difference is that in New Zealand, it's a lot more open forum.
Yeah.
And the government seem to be more like the UK, where you're sort of forced to listen through the power of voting, and they have to.
Well, it's New Zealand that wants to have the entire country tobacco free by like 2025 or 2024.
But they banned vaping, and then they reversed the ban, didn't
Yeah, they reversed as soon as science came out to back it. They reversed it straight away. There was no delaying. There was no lollygagging.
Whereas in Australia they banned it.
Yeah.
Oh, in Western Australia.
Well, they are Australians, so they're kind of like second-hand Englishmen.
I think it's really cool that they got together and did that.
I'm South African. I'm allowed to hate Australians.
That's because you're all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
We get confused as to which one's which.
I'm going to get a lot of hate mail this week, aren't I?
Nah, they're all convicts. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they can't. Not going to finish that sentence.
I think it's really cool that they did that as a community.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Rich,
that's a bit of effort, isn't it?
Okay. I think we're on to you. Jumping mistakes.
Oh, okay. So my Sunday Fun Day video on my YouTube channel this week was 5
What's
mistakes.
Your YouTube channel? What's it?
It's just Vaping V1TK. The YouTube's did a Fun Day Sunday video this week was 5 mistakes that vape reviewers make, and I was wondering if you guys had any personal peeves, not specifically about my reviews, or ideally not about my reviews at all, but just in general, if you had sort of pet peeves with vape videos, or vape reviewers, things that they do, or habits, or I don't know.
It's not. There's a few. For me, there's one that's. Oh, I don't give a shit what any vape reviewer says about liquid. It's totally stupid. I don't know why they bother, because it's nonsense. But one of my favourites is this. I can demonstrate. I'm going to use an atomizer that's not this. There you go, like this. It's virtually silent.
Yeah.
What?
I'm now.
Mike, you've got. We know what you just did. If I hear a whistle, I'm out. But sometimes it obviously sounds incredibly loud. And you go, oh, it's silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be one.
James, you got any sort of?
No, I love them all. No, I don't watch a lot of. I don't watch a lot of reviews. You know what? I mean, I do like this. Sometimes they're too long. Sometimes they're way too long. I want snappy. I want 10 minutes of at max of telling us what it's like and what it does and how you're enjoying it. And I want you to use it for a while before you're putting a review up there. If it's not a review, it's an unboxing and you're showing us it, then that's fine. But tell us it's that. I also want you to put a build in there, and I'd like for you to have a nice up closey build, and I'd also like, you know, that thing on Pornhub where, like, across the bottom of the screen, it tells you the different bits. No, you're not familiar with that. So I'd like a little thing. So like it's at 7 minutes 57, it says build video.
Oh, like timestamps.
Oh, you can put timestamps in.
I'd like that. So you can just whip straight to the timestamp and sit and watch the build video if you're interested in, you know, what kind of coils it takes best.
Yeah, I like that.
I remember you also saying to me, like, it annoys you a bit that a lot of reviewers use pre-made coils as well. So they'll do a build video, but they're just whacking in some random alien.
Yeah. I'm not mad because I don't know whether that's because I don't use that kind of. I don't mind you pre-winding your coils, but I don't know. If you're, I don't know.
You can be as particular as you want, James. That's cool.
It's not just that.
I totally get you. I totally get what you're saying, because it's not
I can't necessarily trust your opinion if you're using that monstrosity that came in the box with that cheap Chinese. I don't know.
That. Yeah. I don't understand why people use them. I would never touch it. That's horrible.
They're not my cup of tea. They're not my. I'm sure there's people out there who love them, but they're not my cup of tea. That's probably it. And a million other things which I am not. Loads. There's a reason I don't watch these videos.
Yeah, Brad, do you still occasionally pop one on?
Once in a while, I pop one on. It's normally you or Todd. The Bogan makes an appearance every now and then. I watch him for his personality more than anything else, because he's just fucking batshit crazy. And
who's that? Sam?
Sam, yeah. I enjoy his videos for that. I enjoy your videos.
I like. Oh, it's such a difficult thing because we're in the industry. So the people I watch, the reason I watch them is because I know Sam. I like Sam, so I can see exactly. I know Richard. I like Richard. I watch Scott if he ever does. When he's back, I get to 69 because I know Scott, and I watch Mark because I know Mark. So it's really biased. This like 4 reviewers I bother. And I watch Reby as well sometimes. That's it. I know them all, so it don't really make any odds for me.
I don't really watch anyone else because they either have no fucking personality or no originality to their content.
But the other thing is they review things that I'd never buy.
Yeah,
so that's a big thing, isn't it?
Give a fuck.
But Richard will review stuff that I wouldn't buy.
Oh, Richard, but Richard does you do a split because you talk about like he's not here.
Yeah, because of why and how he does it. I enjoy listening to how he explains shit, and it's like
Richard never believes us if we say we like his review. It's pointless to carry on.
I wouldn't fucking have ever bought this in a million years. I love it. Richard fucking sent it to me, and even when you sent it, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" How long ago was this? 4 months ago? 5 months ago? I still use it daily.
That's my new thing actually, because I guess a lot of people are watching it. Like you get when you look at your like analytics and stuff, it'll tell you that half the people that watch it, the video, any given video, aren't subscribed to, and they're not subscribed to anyone, and they're just seeing if it's worth buying. And so like that's my new thing now. So like every time I do a pod system or a starter kit or whatever, I often say it's not as good as this. Just go and get this, because I guess that's why they're watching in a way.
Perfect, but that to me, when I started, that's what would have made all the difference to me. Is somebody saying, "Don't buy that, buy this," because, especially when you're straight out of the gate. Fuck me! I pulled my own headphones out. Can't hear anyway. I know we're opening our store soon, and we know I know we're selling the Endurer. That's one of the things we're going to do because I know it's good. Am I going to offer another different starter kit? No, because I don't believe in it. So what's the point?
It's
I like Matt Fox's reasoning for why I watch Richard's videos. It's for when I fancy a wank.
Yeah, I get a lot of that.
Yeah.
See, the Pornhub timestamps.
Do you like me DMing you through?
If YouTube did that, James, I'd be all over it. This is
Start putting reviews on Pornhub.
Actual physical, they wouldn't allow it.
You can put timestamps in the bar.
You can put timestamps in your description or in a comment. You can time.
No, you can put them in the bar. Chris Marshall, who does puzzles, he puts the stamps in the thing because I don't care what he thinks of anything. So I just skip to the mark and then I watch the puzzle.
Oh, I'll look into that.
Yeah, you can do it. I don't know how.
If you drop me a link to one of his videos, I'll see it and then I'll look into it. All good. But that's cool. But okay, cool. So I think we're on the same page. I think it has to be something we're a bit interested in, or the person has to be someone we're interested in.
We watch videos that are random or have something of interest to what we're looking for, but we subscribe to the ones we like.
You've got to be a good person. I think that's the top and bottom of it, because I will watch, and I have watched all sorts of unboxing of toys and of gadgets and I'll watch the next one if the person has got a bit of personality, or if he's especially weird, or if you've got to have a hook. You've got to have something that's going to drag us in and keep us there. We're just talking about this today, wasn't we, Mike? I went through a series of watching this fella who was, and I think he was probably middle-aged, and he was a big race car fan, you know, little matchboxy kind of race car. It wasn't Matchbox. What's the one they called? The other one?
Skate Electrics.
Corgi?
No. There's a big box of them just not far from me. With a race track, with a race. Anyway.
Hot Wheels.
No. Hot Wheels, yeah, he was a big Hot Wheels man, but he was like this nerdy middle-aged dude. He loved them. He absolutely, and it was his enthusiasm for them, opening the boxes, and you watch another one, and it doesn't have to be something you're interested in.
No, I don't give two fucks about puzzles. Can't stop watching Chris Marshall. Not Chris Marshall. That's the wrong name. I can't stop watching him do the puzzles. They love it. Brilliant. What's his name? Chris Ramsey.
YouTube's a mad place. Mad place.
I lose a lot of sleep to YouTube.
It's awesome.
That's cool.
But
Slow-mo videos has occupied the last 7
We're going to have to go. Oh, we're not that bad. I thought we were worse for time. But James, we need to hear about the crossbow.
Okay. Let's talk about the crossbow. So this is the title of the show is "Grab Your Armor and Crossbow." This is a new bridge for the Billet box. Do we have pictures, Richard?
On screen right now, my friend.
The crossbow from SVT, Swiss Vaping Technology. Who, I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of until I saw this the other day on the shed on Mark's group. And I know I've got a lot of Billet box fans out there, so I thought I'd nip in and show you chaps this. So this is the RDA bridge for the Billet box Rev 4. It's only for the Rev 4. It's not for the Rev 3.
It's not a bridge, is it? I do think they've misunderstood the word bridge. It's an atomizer. I don't know what it says bridge.
They call them bridges. The bridge is the gap between that. Stop it, John. Anyway, so let us tell you.
So everything's a bridge, then, isn't it? So that's a bridge because it bridges the gap between the mod and my face.
That's right. That's a bridge.
At all. I agree when it's got a head in it, but it's not. Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't tell lies. You're not sorry at all, John. Behave yourself.
You're
okay.
Right.
So this is from Swiss. Shush. This is from Swiss Vaping Technology. It is apparently a high standard RDA bridge for the Billet box, satisfying a wide range of vaping profiles. It's from Atmizu, and it is stainless steel. And you know what I like about it? You can see the pictures on there. You're getting the airflow inserts. We looked at something the other week with the airflow inserts from Haku. This is another one of them with the airflow inserts giving you that. And this seems to be all the rage these last few months, year or so, where we're defining the quality of the vape by not just the airflow on the outside, but the airflow on the inside. And I really like this. And I think it does make a big difference, the actual air hitting the coil on the inside rather than the air coming in on the outside. But both together, obviously. So what we've got here is it's the same form factor as the vape shell, but apparently it's got a higher precision in terms of vaping and manufacturing, whatever that means. Your 5 flow inserts, and they go from small, they go very small. The color coded, the white one is 0.8 millimeters round. The red is 0.8 millimeters, not round, but I don't know. The blue is 1 millimeter, the yellow is 1.2, the orange is 1.5, and if you take them all out, it's 2 millimeters. So they're all fairly mouth to loy. This is not a
two's wide for me.
I would say 2 is probably a restricted direct lobe.
Yeah, restricted. Yeah, with you.
It looks good. It looks really solid.
It does. And apparently I don't have a price on these, but I do have a retailer. They're available at Steam Island from Monday.
Can I ask a question as a non-Billet boxy person?
Yes.
Where does this sit in the ecosystem of already available atomizers for the Billet box? Is it why are people excited about this? Is it better down there? Is it a bigger version of this or a cloudier thing than this? Or?
Well, there's probably 3. Is what I was going to say.
Go on, you go, John. You go on.
I was going to say there's probably in that scope of things. I would say there are 2 currently that are those Billet people, which are the Vape Shell by Atmozi. What is it called? Atmozu. And the Hellfire Exorcist that are in that kind of bit of the market. So I think it's interesting. It needs to land and people need to pick it up because I think it's pretty.
Ooh, John's got out. James. Oh, everyone's got out.
Good.
Carry on.
It could be good. It's difficult. It's really difficult. Restricted mouth to lung is about the best you'll ever get off a Billet box. It's not a mouth to lung because it's single 18650. You're not going to get. It's not a cloud chucking thing.
It is a mouth to lung. I think you're getting that the wrong way around there, John.
Sorry, it is mouth to lung. Sorry, did I say it wasn't?
Yes.
I meant direct. Sorry, it's not a direct to lung device in my mind.
Well, I mean,
unless you're Simon Sawyer and you keep blowing in the fucking thing to purge it for some unknown reason. And
then what he does is he goes,
and then he has to send it back to Billet box to get it fixed because he's blown in it again.
I think this is basically the top and bottom is it's a Vape shell for mouth to lungers.
I've got the Vape shell here. It's mouth to lung. It's well within it. There's enough room in that market for another one.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, definitely looks like you put a proper coil in there. Anyway, that was the original problem, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. When the even the rebuildables came out, when they were I've even got one somewhere. When it was like a rebuildable carto, it just sucked.
Yeah,
it was shit, and they were the reason. My Mark never used the Billet box when it was shit because it flooded all the time with the rebuildables.
I think my main issue with this is probably the size. I know you need a bit of size for a decent deck in there and to make it easier to build. The Exocet is a little tricky to build and a wick right. Whereas the Vape shell, you've got absolutely loads of room in the Vape shell. However, it is quite bulky, isn't it?
It is quite bulky, but you still get. I mean, when you're comparing it to a 2 mil tank, it's a lot bigger than that. It's at least 4. Like it lasts me a few days. But I vape high nicotine, so that lasts me a week if I fill up the tank. So.
It does look good, and the quality from Atmozu, they've been on the go a long time. The quality. It's going to be bob on. It's going to be absolutely spot on. It's going to be good.
Brad.
Yes, darling.
Kids are dumb.
Kids are dumb. Yeah, kids are fucking stupid. Jeez. What the fuck? It's a miracle.
Anyway, next. Kids are dumb. What are we doing next?
Every time I see shit like this in the news, I'm more and more convinced that how the fuck did any of us survive childhood? Like, as a species, we should just fucking go extinct at the age of 18.
Oh, for sure.
But anyway, let me actually get into it. Lapierre middle schoolers rush to hospital after vaping. That's the fucking headline. So right off the bat, we're dealing with the Americans and the American fucking press. Yeah. According to their very brief fucking story here, 4 Zimmer middle school students were hospitalized on Wednesday after having a bad reaction to a substance ingested through, and then here comes the American fucking word, vape pen, according to school officials. Now, the story doesn't actually explain shit. It starts getting into the number of children that they suspect are vaping in the American school districts, blah, 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 blah. Worried about security of students is top priority. I really don't give a shit. My question is, what the fuck did these idiots go and put in a vape? Like, we know we've had some assholes try to vape the fucking dishwash liquid.
Jizz, that's been
jizz. Like, what the fuck? Like, you put fucking weed and drugs in it, and yeah, it's going to fuck you up. You're not going to go to hospital. Well, they don't say what it was. And that's what irritates me is they run this bullshit story. It's just vape, hospital, too many kids are vaping in school.
But it's that thing of, it's such a weird thing. I can only equate it to one thing. Fuck me. If you're a child, nicotine is incredibly poisonous. Like when I say a child, I mean like between 0 and I don't know. So I'm going to play safe and say 10 is a problem. But that's the same problem as children have with salt. They can't regulate it in their bodies, but whereas we can, it's impossible for an adult to drink a glass of water that's got too much salt in it because you'll be sick. It's also impossible for you to vape too much. I've had this conversation with people in vape shops where somebody said, how do I know I've had too much? And you go, you'll know. And they go, yeah, no, but I'm one of those people, I don't know if I will. You will. You will. You'll be no way. You'll take a drag. You will feel. It feels like your soul fell out of your arse. You don't go, well, I'll have another one. Check what's happening.
When you're lying on the floor and the whole fucking world is spinning and you're still taking a drag, the nicotine
knock it on the head.
The least of your concerns. Your fucking IQ is.
You keep on talking. When you come out the other side, man, you'll be good.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I don't see how anybody over the age of 10 could be hospitalised by vaping nicotine.
No, it's definitely not nicotine. And I've been looking and I'm still waiting to find out if they ever release what they were actually vaping. Because they've gone and put something astronomically stupid in.
I think it is going to happen. It's going to happen. We've got open systems where you can put any liquid in there, and kids are stupid. I think the
kids are fucking dumb as fuck. Yeah,
they'll drink things they're not supposed to drink, they'll eat things they're not supposed to eat, and they'll vape.
The problem is like probably the prank thing of it, like because they're all doing it, but then one kid gets this clever idea. I'll put bleach in it, take it to school. Hey, try this.
Yeah.
That's bleach. I killed you. You died.
Yeah. So that is my story. Just how fucking stupid are children.
Yeah, but they're adorable, and they're adorable.
Yeah, they're the future, I think.
Yeah,
they're adorable.
People have said that.
Until it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're throwing up the ribbon that they chewed off of the side of their fucking cot. Just saying, from experience here, like that sucks.
Who's next? John? Is it?
It could be. Yeah, I'm just going to go. John Malcolm just put in the chat. I just had to check. He put, woman drank litres of soy sauce and died, I think. She thought would be a healthy thing. Yeah, I just read that story. There is holes right through that. She'd got paranoid.
There was that kid that lynxed himself to death.
Yeah, she was really poorly though. The soy sauce lady, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was very fucked up, and you can't drink. You can't drink this.
There was a reason why she could drink that. There was some chemical in her brain that allowed her to do it.
Well, it'd still be sick. They're not controlled by the same thing. But she was incredibly ill when she died. It wasn't. Yeah, I blame soy sauce. Well, anyway, fuck me. Now I'm going to do just add Nick news on top of soy sauce death. Fuck me.
That was the other URL you were going to pick, wasn't it? Soy sauce death. Got it, UK. You just went with just add Nick.
That was one of the jokes. That was the other one. There's 2 bits of just add Nick news. One of them is that we signed a new supplier this week. Literally 2 days ago, I signed a new supplier. I'm just trying to check something else out.
I was trying to give you a half.
I can't tell you who the person we've signed is.
Oh, come on! Don't fucking hold me.
Tease. Can you tell us what continent they live on?
Yes, they live in the Americas.
Ooh.
Is it Bobby Joe? Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe.
Is it Trump?
Bobby Joe from the Americas. I know him.
Bobby Joe. Anyway, there are. It's a new range. But there's only 2. We've signed 2 from the makers.
Is 2 a range, John?
Sorry.
Is 2 a range?
2 is a range. Why not?
Two is focused on your flavors.
Huh?
Two is focused on your flavors.
Yeah, 2 is focused on your flavors, and they are really well defined.
It's not a wide range.
It's not, but the 2 flavors are absolutely fantastic.
It's a narrow range.
I've got the only giveaway I've given on the Just That Nick page is that they're grown up flavors, what I would call grown up flavors.
Quinoa.
We really, they're not for sale anywhere else in the UK. Not as a short film, not as anything. We are completely going into this.
You know why nobody wants quinoa vapes, John?
Will we have heard of them?
Yes.
Yeah, we've heard of them. He's never shut up about them in chat.
Has he? Oh,
you didn't even know yet. Fucking idiot. But yeah,
I'm not very good at reading.
Yeah, that's a problem.
We'll be selling them in kits and concentrates. I strongly suspect they'll land in the next 14 days. The next thing we've got is I was just trying, when I was looking at my phone, I was trying to get the fucking.
But you have to concentrate.
Where are the tanks
not to say the name yet.
My brain. We're going to South Africa.
South Africa. Bearded Viking.
Bearded Viking. The Bearded Viking in South Africa has made us 50 special edition Saver napkin rings that we're going to sell. I can do it because it doesn't make any difference with YouTube, but they're not. They're obviously tank extensions for 4 mil. On the Saver, but they will be on the site.
Can hear that getting played back in court.
Yeah. I'm using one as a napkin holder, just so everyone knows.
Good. Fuck it. They'll be on the site as Saver napkin rings. Somebody asked how many we're going to have. We're going to have. So there's 50 coming initially, and the reason for that is because it's basically me and Richard were kind of chatting. And we came up with 50, though. Now it seems the demand is going to.
No, I think that's right. I think that'll be exactly the right amount.
I really don't. I think they're going to be gone in an hour.
I'm getting a lot of messages. If that.
Yeah. I think they're going to fly. Shit. But it doesn't matter because the thing is, we can do it again. That's the thing. I own the fucking company, so we can do it again. It makes no difference. So we'll get another load. So I will say they're shit. They're on the way. I don't know where they are in the world, but they're on the way. I'll do the usual thing. I'll Just Add Nick on the Just Add Nick brand page when I'll kind of narrate them coming in. I don't think they're going to last longer than an hour.
But it's not going to be an F5 thing, so don't come crying to us if you sleep on it.
Yeah, it's not my fault. I think it's literally. I don't think it's going to be 1 minute.
I actually know where they are. I've tracked them. They are in Malaga.
Oh, excellent.
Could be.
That's good to know. Chilling out. But I think it's going to be. I'm going to say between 1 and 3 hours. They're going to all be gone. That's not my fault because
this is your fault. You placed the order for 50. 100% your fault.
Let's play it safe.
I had to.
Have you ever crashed, John? Have you ever had a crash of it's gone down because there's been such high demand?
Once. No, twice. We've done it twice.
I can't wait. Because I'm going to do a really sexy picture of a napkin inside.
We have crashed the server twice. It's a massive server, so it's not really an issue. It's that it's everybody pressing F9 at the same time. Oh, fuck, and it fucks up. But
I think it's really big news for the people that use the 2.5 mil post. The direct to lung saver crowd. It's going to be.
Absolutely. And I know. At work, I've had loads of messages about it as well. We've done what we can. We'll get them out absolutely as fast as we can. We've got 2 releases in the next 2 weeks. We've got a range of 2. I know it seems like a lot, but I really do. We tested it. It's absolutely fantastic. It was recommended by a Just Add Nick customer who actually said to me, if you want this, you should really try this liquid. And the maker came to me and said, I'll send you some samples. They came over and we tried them. Absolutely great. Andy Fairchild's taking the piss out of my IT skills. It's a massive server. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I must admit I sniggered a bit in a geeky way.
I'm so sorry.
Like the site is a really big.
Yeah, all right, fuck it. I don't know. I'm a fucking idiot.
It's fucking massive, that server.
Got a room for itself and everything.
Yeah.
James, the mouth
self-aware. That's
fuck off. Look on deck.
What are you saying to me there, John?
It says.
Mav T update. Look at yes.
Mav T update. Look at deck.
Yes. I was it last week? I showed some pics of the Mav T from Hellfire. So just a little update. Actually, it was maybe during the show they posted some pics on the Hellfire group showing the actual deck. Well, we guessed it was going to be exactly the same as the Maverick, and it is very, very similar to the Maverick. We've also got some more information. I wasn't sure whether the T was standing for possibly titanium, whether it was going to be a titanium.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not. The T is apparently for tank. It's the Maverick tank, and it is 304 stainless steel. It is a 2mm TPD compliant sized tank, and it has got a very similar deck to the Maverick. We've got some pics. We've got a lot of pics.
Yes, they're on screen right now.
Beautiful. So I can tell you this much: the deck is similar. The airflow is pretty much exactly the same as the Maverick, so you can dial the airflow in. It is. The T is for tank. It's not going to be titanium. It's going to be 304 stainless steel. It's going to be 2mm capacity, and that's just a little update for you people on the Maverick, on the Mav T from Hellfire. That's it.
I would have that. I would vape that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I think that I don't know if they'll ever make a big comeback, but RDTAs, I think everyone was sleeping on them. I think they're really handy.
If they're done right, I think they are awesome. I don't know.
Personally, I think maybe China ruined it by trying to go cloudier and cloudier and cloudier, and then people ran into wicking issues.
It's always wicking issues, isn't it?
And then people went, "Oh, fuck this."
Yes.
But I think they're Craig's Origin is what a stellar vape that is. Yeah. Good news, though. Good news. Is it me next, John?
Yeah. I didn't know if Blast from your mum's past was Sorry, I skipped it. It was me.
Yes. Okay. So it is that time again. It's 27 minutes past 10, which means it is time for Blast from the Past. Any guesses? Anyone? 4.5 years ago today, literally to the day, something was released that changed everything. Any guesses?
K-Fun?
Nope. You'll be surprised that it's 4.5 years, I think.
Oh, Velocity?
Nope.
Oh. Someone else do say something.
Just a guess, guys. Just a guess.
Just the reference to mum's vapes, but
you see, everything you're saying is older than 4.5 years.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's the Atlantis V1.
Fuck.
Yeah, 4.5 years ago today, the Atlantis V1.
Oh.
The first.
Do you know what? I will say it's a coil I've never used.
Sub-ohm tank, the first official sub-ohm tank that coined the phrase. It was the original coil head was 0.5 ohm.
That was shocking at the time.
I mean, look at the. So I've got a picture on screen, but you'll have to use your brains or whatever. It came with a really long drip tip, just in case it was too hot for your typical vapor. Yeah, pick on screen. It looks really weird now. It looks long and weirdly thin, and because obviously retro. Since then we've gone 25mm, we've gone bubble tank, we've gone. It looks mad now. They had. Do you remember the coil head debacle with the Atlantis V1?
Don't tell us more.
I remember calling. I do remember it was dubbed on SV as the Shatlantis, and I was one of the people who did type Shatlantis a lot.
Everyone thought that they'd used organic cotton with the original coil heads, and it turned out they'd used a more synthetic material.
I can't. Fuck, I do remember it was rayon.
Yeah, and it came up if you messed with it when it wasn't wet, it really
it came into fibres like fiberglass. Yeah,
yes,
it was really bad.
And they updated those quite quickly when I think it was Phil Basado that sort of outed that, and they updated, but it changed everything. I don't think anyone could argue with that. It was very, very, very quickly followed up by the Kanga version, but it changed everything.
So was this the original sub tank?
The very first sub tank, really.
That's crazy.
4.5 years. It doesn't seem that long since the inception of sub tanks, does it? 4.5 years seems a really long time away, but it doesn't seem that long since this happened. But the Atlantis V1. I mean, did anyone have one? No one have one.
Nope.
No. It was the Shatlantic. Sorry, I stayed away from that.
It was.
It was crazy. It was 0.5 ohm, Richard. Nobody was going to do that.
It was a brilliant vape at the time. It was a mind fuck of a vape. So maybe I'd been vaping a while, but I don't think I'd managed to build a tank as well as that vaped at the time in that higher wattage bracket.
I don't think there was. To be fair, I don't think there was a tank that would keep up. Though
people used to try and push the foggers. Do you remember the foggers?
Yeah, I did a dual coil in the rows like that, one above the other.
Yeah, I tried that.
Yeah, and I got it to. It's about 0.4. It would keep up. I will say that it did keep up.
Yeah.
The key was to drop one turn on the top coil. So
I think people were trying to do cloudy tanks, but the tanks just weren't ready. Wicking eyes.
There was nowhere near enough air.
And when that came out, I was fucking it was slightly a bit of a head fuck that it was kind of better than all the different builds that I've been trying in all these tanks that weren't quite ready to be. That power, that 40 watts.
40 watts. I think I had a Vamo at the time. My Vamo when it did 15 watts, I could that would be like nothing. There's nothing in it.
Well, nothing at all.
I still remember
what led to the wattage war, wasn't it?
I remember the DNA 20 came out, and there was loads of us going, "Fucking idiots! No one's ever going to use that.
That's dangerous."
20 watts.
Losers. Yeah, 20. What about that's a lot of overhead.
You'd start a car with that, you knob.
Yeah. So that was this week's blast from the past. It really took me back, that. And there we go. November.
We get it.
November something. 2015. No, 2014. November something. 2014. Mark Todd did a video, and there we go.
And that was the first time I ever made my meme as well with that and the Kanga. Which was
Sub-Tank Wanker.
Sub-Tank Wanker.
Yes.
That was it, yeah. For the bus wanker thing. Yeah. I just come up with Sub-Tank Wanker.
Is it, where are we now on the old...
That's my claim to fame. I'm just going to quickly do the Sun story.
Super quick.
Done, and then I'll move on. I would do it really, really fast. A load of shit from the Sun. Well, it's a surprise, isn't it? The Sun comes up with, "Stop it out. Suspicious smokers aren't willing to try vaping because they wrongly think it's bad for them." No shit, you've been telling it's bad for them for the last 5 years, you massive bunch of fucking cunts. I hope your paper burns in hell. Fuck off, bell ends.
It is the only paper currently in print in hell.
A fucking load of shit. No, it's not. The Express and the Mail still exist. Anyway, for next. That was it. That was the quickest I could do.
Oh, wow. That was it. Okay. Is it that time, James? Are you ready?
Okay, I'm not reading the Sun. It's garbage.
Yeah, it's Travava time.
Come on, let's knock them out.
Okay, I'll just tell you what the first image is so we're all in sync.
Yes.
And then we'll crack on. We're looking at a little wooden, what looks like Dan Goodchild.
Little wooden Dan Goodchild.
Oh, it's a coconut?
Oh, is this from Andy Wilson?
Yep.
Oh, this is a good one. No, it's like one of them kind of African kind of coconut.
It's a coconut.
Yeah, it's an African going. It looks a bit like he's
An African.
vape.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They're like, damn good job with glasses. Oh, he has got glasses, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got glasses. Yes.
Shall we?
That's from Andy Wilson. Next one is from Bob Clark.
Yes, and it says Bob on it.
Yeah, we're looking at the best goldfish in the world. This is a homage. I don't, if you've only just started tuning in the last few months, you'll not know about the poor Bob, who was our sixth member for a short while. Bob the goldfish. That's.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's move on quickly. Next one is from Bob Clark again.
March of the Mods.
March of the Mods. This is just one of my ideas for a T-shirt. This is the March of the Mods. This gets a kind of a take on the hammers from the wall.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it, and I think it brightens.
Pink Floyd.
Nice.
Next one is from Chris Woodcock.
Piece of string.
This is
yeah.
Outdoor coil winders. He was in somewhere in Spain, I think, Seville or somewhere. He was in somewhere like that, and he snapped it outside, and it looks a bit like a dude who's winding some
making Claptons,
or whatever there, some aliens, some Claptons, whatever they may be.
Good.
I'm not up with these.
I wonder what he's really doing.
Colin Albans.
Jeans feet.
Yes, jeans feet. This is because apparently I like denim. Next one.
Double denim. Yay.
They look like James's shoes. We're now looking at a word search.
Yeah, this is from Craig. This is from War Craig.
This is cool.
It was good. It was good.
This is a try of our word search.
That's cheating, though, isn't it?
You feel free to pause and on your... Anyway, that's what Craig was lovely. Next one's from Dadaran.
It's an eyebrow.
It is. It's the Eden Rose Extensions and Aesthetics Company.
Oh my goodness.
It's Eden Rose, not just Eden Rose, but Eden Rose extensions. Like you want to make it a little bit bigger. It's good. It's a good one. We liked it a lot. Next one is from Dale Walker.
DPD on its side.
That was good.
Oh, Jimmy
Parker. I like that one as a joke. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, when he's travels there delivering some vape stuff. He didn't work for DPD anymore. He works for that zoo, vape zoo.
I didn't even see this one.
This is from
John
Flitzy.
Martin Inc.
Yes, this is from.
I think I'm going to save this and make it my profile picture.
That's John Martin Motherfucker Inc.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
Pretty good.
Flitzy's good one. Next one, Dave Shields.
Oh, Lacuna Coil.
Yeah, it's got coil. Oh, do we also? Is there a delirium atomizer?
It's close enough to Delrin.
But is there not a delirium atomizer? Because if there's not, then China, are you listening? Get your delirium out there. It sounds like it should totally be an atomizer that made delirium.
Yeah.
I don't think we've called enough things Regency yet. If we could just keep doing that.
Next one is David Deering.
Will kill patrons kindly refrain from.
I don't know.
What the fuck? What's that got to do with anything?
It's got smoking in the corner. It's got smoking in the corner where that reminded him of Vietnam.
Oh, okay. I remember that at the swimming pool saying that it was against the rules for heavy petting.
Yeah, that's just petting. We had heavy petting as well, which is more
Patreon than Patreon.
Yeah, maybe.
Patreon
reviewers.
It could be. And also bombing. Is that what the kids are doing now with their
bombing?
I'm not down with the kids. I don't care about the kids anymore. Stupid kids.
I think heavy petting is. I understand why you're not allowed to do heavy petting.
But I didn't know what the fuck it was. So when it said don't do heavy petting, I was like, I don't know.
Heavy petting's like second base, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
It's like crushing gerbils. Don't crush gerbils.
John still hasn't found second base.
We're looking at a gobstopper, I think.
Oh, this is from Fizz Jan. Fizz, you didn't even watch the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind of Vaping. Next one.
Oh, a really classy car.
Oh, this is a Cobra. Is that a Cobra? I think it's a Cobra.
Right. If you say so.
Oh, what?
Oh, yes. Very good, very good, very good.
Yeah, it's from Hugh JC. We're like, Hugh. Oh, happy birthday, Hugh. I think it's Hugh's birthday today.
It's Mark
happy birthday, Hugh JC.
Yeah.
Ooh,
in Ireland.
We're looking at a dead rabbit that's wicked like a hipster.
Like James's moustaches.
It is. It looks like a tash. I think that's what he was doing there. I think that's what he was doing. That's from Ian Chandler. I only allowed that because it's Ian Chandler and he's a friend of the show. Next.
You need to lower that ISO, fella. A lot of noise on that. Flat caps.
Oh, fuck me. The pictures are all out of order.
I think we've already had this one before, but it's Jimmy Potter. We're moving into the Jimmy Potter selection now. We've got a few.
I'm glad to see Jimmy's back.
He is. He's back.
I think he's actually done the same thing twice, so we'll say that.
He's paid his internet bill, and now he can search Wish again.
To be fair, what a discount that is. 38 quid down to £6.
Bargain. Get 4.
That is good, though.
Isn't it?
We're now looking a wooden.
He's done that
handle.
before.
We've had this one before.
It's some sort of camera thing. Is that a camera thing?
Yeah. You explained it before. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've had that before. But never mind. And the next one is the corner of a telly. This is a proper pucker. This is a proper pucker, genuine, bona fide.
Oh, that is pretty good.
The teeth whitening thing.
Like it.
Oh no! You're looking at the.
I'm looking at teeth whitening.
Right. Oh, okay. A teeth whitening thing. Blah 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 blah. Wish. Blah blah blah. Jimmy Potter standard. But the last one is the corner
my
telly.
tarata.
My tarata. Yeah, it looks a bit. It looks a bit like Tripodoma.
That's class.
It's a pucker. It's a genuine bona fide.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Took a picture of the corner of the telly. I like it.
There's still more garbage from Jimmy.
That wallpaper's worth the entrance fee alone.
It is. So have we had the stove top coil from Jimmy Potter yet?
Nope. Oh, this is. I think that's what this is now. The mountain backflow.
Yeah,
the incense burner thing. It's got a stove top coil in there.
Yeah, bullshit.
Solid Parker. Oh, now we're looking at a load of keys.
Yeah, this is from Johan. He's trying to be the new Jimmy Parker by sending us sort of shit. This is PM is key. Hashtag reaching Jimmy Parker around.
Yeah,
I need to have a look on
picking
Wish.
fucking locks.
I need to have a look.
It is. It's a lockpick set. Next one is from John Smith.
Oh,
yes?
sprouts and eggs.
This is an egg salad, John.
No, stop! There's no such thing as an egg salad because there's a fucking egg. Therefore, it is a salad.
Yeah, you don't have a lettuce salad. Do you?
Yeah, no.
That's going to smell bad in the morning.
Nigel Cox can't add request.
Yes, Nigel Coxon. This is from Joseph Wright.
Moxon.
Sounds a bit like Nigel Moxon.
Ooh, that's a reach.
Very, very reachy.
I didn't even get. I want to know what the next one is.
This is something in a toilet.
A rat.
This is a bog rat. It's a rat.
Oh, that's good.
You like it?
That's pretty good. That's pretty
I
good.
thought it was UB40, but I thought there's not a rat in the kitchen.
We're now looking at 5 Go gluten free. The graphic.
But English. It's no longer relevant because look at Johnny Boy there, he's no longer gluten-free, he's gluten-full. He loves the gluten now, he's back on the gluten. Next one is Matt Fox.
Foxy, we're looking at Mother's Day frames, £17.
Yes, Mother's Day frames. This is, you can see at the top there, Carloon's, it's Carlos Creations. Carloon's Creations. He saw it reminds him of Vape. I don't know. He saw it, he thought that reminds me of Vape, but he sent it in. We'll put it on the show. That's how it works.
We're now looking at a soy sauce bottle.
Michael Brigg is the old soy sauce bottle. They're old school squonkers, aren't they? Old school squonkers.
Rick wouldn't be having that.
He probably
would be like, that is a vaping thing.
It is now, but remember it wasn't then. Okay, we're into the Mark Todd section.
Yes, Mark Todd, National Officer.
Okay, so this is from Colin Durant. He saw Mark Todd's name, reminded him of Mark Todd, who is vaping. Next one is Michael Briggs.
Carl Zagizara, Uncle Todd.
Uncle Todd? It was just Todd. All you need is Todd.
Is this the horses then, is it?
I think it's the dogs.
Dogs. Yeah, it's dogs.
Fair play.
Oh, if you ever want to be bored, go to the dog.
Richard Jack.
You're allowed to drink.
It's fucking boring.
It's like the darts, isn't it? It's just the drinking.
No, seriously, shit.
Todd in the Hole Festival 2019.
Good.
Todd in the Hole. Sorry, it's not bad. Richard Jack.
Yeah, that's not bad. Bogan, double IPA.
We've got double IPA. We've got Bogan from Paul Iverson.
Double Bogan. Double IPA. Yeah,
yes, I like it. I liked Bogan.
Nice. Like that one. Trev, good old Trev.
Wanko.
Wanko.
Remember the Wanko? I wasn't on the show when the Wanko was
Yeah, that dominated a month's worth of content.
We had a wanko, didn't we? Did we have a wanko on the show?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, we've all had a wanko on the show. Yeah,
I believe so. They were fond memories of those episodes.
Fond memories, wanko.
And then the last one is incredibly reachy. This is from Toby Cont. This is the pocket mod Vapor.
Yeah,
Argos sells scooters.
Yeah, they've done it for ages.
Oh yeah.
Used to sell Hulk Hogan action men.
Yeah, no, they ran out of it.
You'd expect that though of Argos, wouldn't you?
A £344 scooter. It's not going to get you very far.
I don't know if I've ever told you this,
How
John.
did they get that down that escalator thing?
I'll tell you, I've got a good John Honori story for Argos, which is I once went into Argos because Shrek 2 had come out, and my darling wife, we'd only been going out for about a year, and she wanted I thought I'll go buy a talking donkey from Shrek. And so I gave in the code, and the lady behind the counter said, we can't actually guarantee which character is going to be in the thing. It will either be Shrek, the donkey, or the princess. And I said, all right. I said, we can fuck about, or if anything comes out except the donkey, I'm going to be walking back over there and getting a refund. And then we can keep playing this game all day until a donkey comes down that thing. And she kind of went, yeah, just put a fucking donkey on the thing. Because these guys are bad end.
I wonder about that. I do wonder about that. Remind me about your donkey thing tomorrow. I need to ask you some stuff from a consumer rights perspective.
Yeah, you're fine. You can keep returning it. 16 day. You're fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what about a Kinder egg?
No, you can't. No. You've opened it.
Yeah, but if it's not the surprise you want,
it's not. It isn't a surprise anyway, because they say it's 3 surprises in 1. It's not, is it? It's 2.
I'm always surprised how bad the surprise
is. The chocolate on the inside is white. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, once you know, you know. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's surprise number 1, right? And surprise number
2.
No, it's not. What's surprise number 1?
Oh, it's chocolate.
No, it doesn't count because it says chocolate egg on the outside. So that's not a surprise.
Kids can't read. The kids can't read these days.
No. See, I'm with Jack D. Made this joke years ago. He said it's only 2 surprises.
Stop stealing Jack D's old material.
No, because the inside of the egg is white.
Mojo!
Which is a surprise. Which is a surprise. But for that to work as a surprise, the outside has to be brown. The second surprise is the toy inside, and he always felt that the third surprise should be a cigarette because they've already had some chocolate and a toy, and they need to calm the fuck down. And I agree.
But if you're not happy with the toy that you get inside as a surprise, can you take it back?
Yeah, you can. It's fine.
Can you though?
Yeah, I just said you could. James.
Can anyone whistle Rick's theme tune? Okay, we're on to Mod Showcase. And James is in charge of Mod Showcase this week.
It's not really a mod show. Is it just a quick look at a couple of mods?
All right.
Friend of the show.
Okay.
Scott Bonner.
On screen now.
Oh, beautiful. Which one we're looking at first? The Kira?
It's pink and brown.
They're both the same colour. I'll bring the feed up. Good grief!
This is a regulated one we're looking at now.
Excellent. So this is what we've got. I mean, Rick's not on the show, so we've got a couple of mods. It's not really a mod showcase. They're from TFX, from Scott Bonner. They're both beautiful, and I know he's a little bit poorly at the minute, so get well soon, Scott. 2 beautiful blocks made by Scott in-house. We've got his DNA 75C version, and then something very, very similar block in his ClickFet SwitchFet malarkey, which I believe Rick has just received today and is delighted with. So we're looking at this one. So this is DNA 75C. We've went through these before. You can see, but look at the block. Look at the colours on that block. It's beautiful. Look at the way that the block. The panel goes into the block. I think it looks
Incredible. Scott's one of these people who just won't let it leave. Like we've got a lot of mod makers who work with us and stuff, and they, yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, unbelievable.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And like I say, we've went through this on the show before. He's made a custom sled and stuff to get that panel in there, and everything's custom. Everything's custom. If the pods are not made by if the parts are not made by mod maker, then the wood and all of the manufacturing is all by Scott. They are works of art. I love them. So that's the DNA 75C one. We've also got Rick's mod, which is the switch fet version, click fet, switch fet, wherever it is. If you want to, beautiful. And Rick got this today. And again, the block is beautiful. We love the shape. We love Scott's work. The polish and the sheen and the finish is all beautiful. I just thought these were too good to wait for Rick coming back on the show next week, basically. Because they are so sexy. Great, I mean, look at the shine on that there. It's and that's not finished. It's not got a coating on there. That's just polished dry shine. I think they're brilliant. I think they're absolutely brilliant. We love Scott and we love his mods and they obviously the Kira's not because Rick's got that, but I think that DNA 75C is probably coming up.
Soon. Someone who has spent an inordinate amount of time hunched over a polishing mop on a fucking drill press, Scott's level of polishing is next fucking level,
isn't it? I think I can't remember. I should have had my notes up from a few months ago when I interviewed him. I can't remember if it's a 3-stage or a 4-stage or a 6-stage, but it's a massive. You can see by I don't need to see it's an X amount of stage polishing process, because you can see just by looking at the pictures how much
the repetitive stress injuries he's done to himself doing that. He's going to be a very, very frail old man.
Stunning.
You can have finger stubs for fingers of that wheel.
What I can say, wait, John, before you go. What I can say, not going, before you say what you want to say, is his fingernails must be immaculately polished. It's one of the side effects of a polishing mop, is it fucking polishes your fingernails. When I was polishing, my fingernails looked better than any of the women in my family.
From what I can gather from chat, it sounds like Ali's got the regulated one.
Oh, beautiful, Ali! You are a lucky lady.
Put up a picture in the group, Ali.
Yeah,
I did see.
I was only going to
posted on the actual thing, Company Mama or something like that. But I thought that was just kind of a, I require you. I didn't realize that was this is mine. Come to me. Really,
I was only going to add a little personal detail as James said something about Scott, and I was just going to say everybody's Scott's Scott had got some family troubles a couple of weeks ago, and I know it's all sorted now, and that's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, lovely man, and
everybody loves the Bonner.
And I love that he's doing regulated ones and stuff now as well.
Yeah, me too. Especially with such a good board. The DNA 75C is great.
It is wicked.
And that's your lot. We've ran over. Bonus material. If that's not worth a like down there, then what is, John?
Let's do cheese.
John will send you cheese if you hit that like button.
I won't. I bought some cheese rusks today. Amazing.
Really? Did you? You're such a liar.
I really did. And I bought some cheese scones. Anyway.
You will tell us anything. None of this is true.
Cheese scones and an orange.
He's not even married, you know.
No, it's true. I'm not. Who the fuck would marry this? I just live on my own with a dog.
On his own. It's not his dog.
The dog is photoshopped.
It is dog.
His dog, he rents it one day a week.
Several photos of a dog.
Half a day. I can't afford a whole day.
It's a tissue of lies. That's your lot this evening. Stay tuned to this channel, subscribe if you're not already, because next week you will not believe what we've got for you next week. It's going to be one of the greatest shows we've done. Serious, I know we've said before, stuff, but next week's stuff, because we've already started planning it, next week's stuff is just off the chain. Off the chain is a masterpiece. It's very, very. I'm excited. About that. So do stay tuned and join us. Join us next week for that 9 p.m. UK time on the Ideal Home Show. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you.
See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. Bye bye.
Ta-ta. Bye bye.